Well, today we are talking about Cream.
Wow.
Cream, which is the latest product by Acustica. It's an Aqua plugin, which is includes several modules coming from an iconic series of hardware from the 60s, the mid 60s to late 60s, early 70s. British hardware, actually. Part of it is vacuum tube based, and part of it is solid state built. We have the usual different modules as in other Aqua plugins, such as an input trim, which controls the input level and automatically compensates the output level of the plugin, so that we can decide at which level point we are working inside the plugin. And preamp, selectable preamp, lots of them actually, lots of them, because for the first time in Aqua plugin history, we have different channels. We can choose different channels of the same machine. Okay. So for instance, line input, we have, I think, 24 of them, selectable, handily selectable with this wheel, another new element in the Acustica GUIs. 12 mic preamps, microphone preamps, again selectable. Tube preamps taken from tape machines from that era, of course, from the 60s. Three of them, three different ones. And each one of them, in this case, is really different, has a different response from the others. So really different sounds for each one of these three modules. Okay, then we have several, actually four modules, for EQ or filter modules, which are again each of them is configurable in a different way. For instance, here we have a kind of a loudness control, from flat to mid boost to high, low and high boost and middle cut, or other controls. This is where is it? Here it is. This is a high pass filter with different frequencies. So each of these four modules is extremely configurable. Okay. Here we have different filters, again low shelves, again high pass filter, the presence filter for the mid frequencies, the high filter, high shelf, it is SA, I think, I guess. Here we are. It's a high shelf filter, and we have expanded the frequencies actually in respect of the original machine. For instance, this specific filter, which comes from the desk, very famous desk from the 60s, a vacuum tube desk, had just the 5 kilohertz frequency setting, and we have other two settings here. We have 2.5 and 10 kilohertz as well. And all of these filters, for the most part of them actually, we have just like the originals. Step to control from minus 10 to plus 10 dBs in a step of 2 dBs.
Can you explain how you build?
Oh yeah, because some of them will come from the original machines, and some other modules, some other Q modules are I build them on the original schemes, of course, because it's as you can imagine, it's really hard to find the original hardware.
In your opinion, the sound is similar, is different? How much is close?
I think I need to say above 90%. Okay. Given the fact that even the original machines are, I mean, each one was different from the other. Because of the tolerances, and today the few surviving machines are different from what they were 50 years ago, of course. because of aging of the components.
I see also this magic control.
This magic control will allow you to build wonderful mixes just by turning the wheel.
Okay.
No, of course. But this is interesting, for instance. This is BA, but no control of it. But it was another filter that was available on the original desk, which does an inverse. Usually we have a low high-pass filter to filter rumble and extraneous noise from the microphone. And they had the other way around, a boosting filter for low frequencies. Okay. To compensate for the distant miking of sources, so no proximity. Just for the bass frequencies, okay. Because they had to compensate the lack of proximity effect when you were far. And we have different shelves here. This was actually.
I love it. I love it.
This is. I had some fun actually. I have to confess here now. I just tried to build capacitors, the home-built capacitors with the home material. Actually, they used to build, and they still build a capacitor from paper, from waxed paper and oil, and they used to build like that since really many years ago. And many says that those capacitors have a kind of a different sound from the others. Okay. So I built them, and I just had fun in sampling the resulting filter. Then just quickly, yes, because we have a dynamic section as well, a compressor, actually two of them again, selectable here off, of course it's excluded. Then we have the first model, a solid state model, then a vacuum tube model from different years, and which is another essentially component of the sound of the desk of that era, actually, I must say.
Okay, can we listen?
Yeah, of course. Okay, we have cream on the master bus in this case. It's completely flat, everything is excluded as for now. This is just a sneak preview of Modular, which is a future product by Acustica, which is due out before the end of the year, I guess. But we cannot say much more than this at the moment. If you want to know something more about it, I am afraid you'll have to go to the AES convention due in Milan in the last week of May. And that's all for it. But as you can see, you have a mixing desk here at hand, and you can use it exactly just like a hardware mixing desk.